got a good show for you. God damn it, fucking cocksucking Mike. Got a good show for you. All right, now we're going to go to the aristocratic utensil. If I butchered that, I apologize. I love that bar.
That's in charge of bringing.
Oh God, this fat fucking cunt. Yeah, this is who's gonna bring men into the Democratic Party. This is who frat boys want to hang out with. I don't know. Maybe she sucks great schlong.
Young men back to the Democratic Party, according to something that.
Although she's probably one of the few women that if she gives me a blowjob, I really prefer she keeps her clothes on. Oh, I'll take the dick sucking. I don't care about that.
Y'all
don't get naked.
Consistently claim the Democrats do. You want to talk about my weight? You're using pictures of me from about 65 pounds ago. So let me ask you this.
Yeah, but you're still obese.
If I lose another 65 pounds, will y'all actually raise young men's wages? Will you?
It's up to young men to find better jobs. Not to drag the minimum wage up to $67 an hour.
Actually increase funding to mental health services? Or are you just going to find another way to deflect from the fact that y'all don't actually have any policy plan to help them? Y'all can keep making this.
Well, young men were making more money under President Trump's first term. Then Biden buck-fucked them, and now Trump's saving them. So there's that.
Into some kind of big joke of, oh yeah, let's send her to every Friday.
And also, do you really think tax the shit out of everything Bernie Sanders is gonna fucking save men? Yeah, I got news for you. America isn't with you on the issues,
house in the country. I'm not afraid to go into frat houses or to go to college campuses or to talk to Republicans because
yeah, do you know who also does that but actually has to have security? Charlie Kirk. Somebody that I disagree with a lot. But I guarantee you your fat ass doesn't have security.
I'm like, y'all, I don't think that they're all shallow assholes. I think that they're actual people who can hold a conversation. But clearly, based off the...
Yeah, except you would go into a rage because I would completely disagree with you. You only like to talk to men that completely agree with you, which are the soft, beta, subby males of the Democratic Party.
The way you talk about them.
Ah, yes, Tommy Lauren, the covert, bitter, angry, feminist. $20 says in 20 years she's going to be the bitter, angry cat lady. Probably 10 years, actually, because she's in her 30s, so she's running out of time to have a family.
Some of those folks.
I'm sorry that nature decrees that you have to... Oh, by the way, both of these cunts don't have kids. You know, I'm sorry that nature decrees that men can have kids in their 50s and you fucking can't, but life sucks.
Are the stay-at-home sons? We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to...
I don't know. Everywhere I go, at least in my state of Minnesota, I see help wanted signs everywhere.
Rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. They did much...
I get goddamn offers. Not, hey, look at this job. Do you want to apply for it? No, actual offers... damn near weekly in my email.
Well, look at what young women have to choose from.
Yeah, the problem is young women go after the 10% of guys because social media has absolutely destroyed dating. You listen to the list of your... Go on the street and ask a woman, what are the requirements a man has to meet to date you? There is a reason the meme of the 6 feet, 6 inches, 6 figures, 6 pack is actually true.
Are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable.
Then why don't they marry the guys they friend zone? Like, that's the best you can do, bitch. Right there.
Men are superior to women. Size, strength, speed, and logic and rationality. This claim of women are more...
Thank you. Look, women might be more intelligent, but the problem is their decision making is ruled by emotions, not logic.
And the main thing they sell is their bodies to faceless men for a price rivaling a McDonald's Happy Meal. For a very simple reason.
Exactly. He's not wrong.
Self-awareness or...
Yeah, the only reason female empowerment exists is because men allow it. Don't believe me? Look at Saudi Arabia. America's there. American men are there. Women are going to college. American men leave. Every woman is out of fucking school. Or, I take that back. Every female is out of school.
Wrong in the first place.
Yeah, and accountability for women is like kryptonite. Not wrong.
It's traditionalism versus everything else. Because if you actually listen to what these women want, they want traditional men without being traditional women.
Exactly. They want a guy that's a traditional guy, but they also want to still be a fucking whore on OnlyFans. You know, or they want to be a whore on Instagram, or they want to be a whore on Twitter, or whatever, X. Yeah, the only guy you're going to get is some simp piece of shit. If you're an OnlyFans model, this is your options. Any guy that's worth his shit is not going to have a goddamn thing to do with you, especially if you're an active OnlyFans model. Right? Enjoy living with a simp.
It's big.
And again, take Tommy Lahren. Childless, 32. She's got a few more years left, and after that, the only thing you can really offer a man is gone.
Special. What do men get for doing that for you? What are we getting from women for doing that? Are we getting chaste virgins on our wedding night?
No, you're getting some ran-through fucking twat.
No, we're not getting chaste virgins on our
Unless you unless you date younger.
wedding night. Are we getting women of great virtue? No, we're not getting women of great virtue. The idea...
Like, there's no way in hell I would ever date a woman my age. Not a fucking chance.
I'm a woman of virtue. I happen to be independently successful. I have a husband who's not only a former professional athlete, but is currently a professional baseball coach. So is he not a masculine man?
No kids, though. Like, what are you bringing to his table?
I mean, I'm confused here.
Because here's the thing. This is something that women don't get. Men do not give a flying fuck about your accomplishments in the professional world. We don't give a fuck if you're on Piers Morgan or if you're a cute little blonde that's working at Starbucks. We don't care. Men are happy to provide for women. Women are not happy to provide for men. This is just the reality of it. And women don't like providing for other women. This is why lesbian relationships you have the highest divorce rate of them all. And once again, even Tommy Lahren doesn't want to have any duties. I mean, I'm sorry, but if I get a duty to shelter you, clothe you, protect you, keep you safe, make sure your belly's full. Well, then you got a duty to, when I get home, my house is spotless, and you're on your knees naked with a drink in one hand, and the first thing out of your mouth is which hole.
You've been waiting patiently. So
most men are born to be protectors and providers. I can't imagine my dad saying,
But what do I get for my protection?
you know what, to my mom, you know what, I'm not going to be a protector and a provider unless you do this. That's not how real men operate. Real men are protectors.
Oh my God, I swear to God, the next woman that says the real man argument, I'm going to stab him in the fucking eye.
And provider.
That argument is what destroyed an entire generation of men, and when in my day, it was the men giving it. Now, they've all simped out, so we've just sent it out to the women.
And
I thought it was a partnership. If I'm giving you my protection, my money, my resources, making sure you're sheltered, clothed, fed, I'm keeping the barbarians at bay, and I'm providing all the resources, then yeah, what the fuck do you bring to my table? Again, it doesn't have to be much. How much effort is a blowjob?
if you think you
So
need to
nothing.
You think Jake will cry when he sees this?
get something out of it, I quite frankly don't consider you a
nothing.
real man.
Yeah, she have
Okay.
nothing. She have nothing.
Well, last time I made an argument like this, he called me disgusting. Let's see what he calls me now.
Ass had a
They can't
All
find.
right. I don't know about Megyn Kelly, but I know Anna is once again another childless.
Find men who are maybe more conservative.
Because again, liberals like Anna broke their back. We got told catcalling was wrong. We got told flirting was wrong. We got told being slightly aggressive is wrong. When women really do like it when a guy slams them up against the wall and starts fucking them. You've completely demonized everything that it is to be masculine, Anna, so yeah, now you're shocked you have a bunch of fucking pussies?
Conservatives. And
I mean, hell, Anna is the party of, well, you know, consent can be withdrawn at any time. Like, once dick enters vagina, I'm sorry, no, it can't. Not till after he busts a nut. Once dick enters mouth, no. Like, there is a point of no return. And also, what is it, unless you want to give the ability for men to mind read, how are we supposed to know what the fuck you're thinking? I'll give you a perfect example. Some young college student was making out with some dude. He decides to go for a little bit more. She resists. He respects that. They keep making out. They keep making out. He tries again. This time she does nothing. When she tells this story to her mom and her feminist cat lady aunt, her aunt says she was raped. No, she wasn't. Unless you want to grant the guy the ability to read fucking minds. She resisted the first time, he backed off. He tried again, she did nothing. And she went all the way. What the fuck is he supposed to interpret for that? Oh, God. You wonder, and you wonder why the dating market is the way it is. I'm sorry, women and feminists killed it. And yes, there's a difference between women and feminists.
They're not attractive if they also work. If
Because no man on the planet wants a girl boss. Because typically she acts like a dude. Okay? Again, here's a man's ideal. Here's a man's ideal. She stays at home, raises the family. When you come home, she has dinner on the table, the house is clean, she sent the kids in the room for 20 minutes, and she's down on her knees saying, which hole? Oh, with a drink in a hand. That's what a man wants. Very few men, except the beta bitches that you don't like, want a woman that's a fucking CEO.
if they choose to, let's say, do what I'm doing and what you're doing and like get their voice out there. But I'll stick with me just because I think.
Because men do not give a sauteed rat's ass what women have to say. Sorry, Megan, you're hot, but I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Unless it's put it into my mouth. You're thinking that men will be attracted to you and impressed by your career. We don't give a fuck. A man who is my age will date a 19-year-old working at McDonald's.
messaging to her be,
Don't want.
God, I really gotta pee. And then I think we're gonna move on once I get back.
Because I no longer have a day job. I went in today all nicely dressed like I am. And, they sat me down and told me they were letting me go.
Yeah, because your job is fucking useless.
After 6 years at this company, I am no longer there. The reason before I even get, to thinking that it was because of something that I posted on here, it was not. It was because of budget. Not only was I let go, but others were too. So, yeah, that. It's still surprising to me. I mean, I immediately asked in my, exit, just want to make sure that this is not about performance. And they clarified this is not about your performance. This is solely based on, us not getting the grants and these things that we thought we were getting. And
yeah, now that the government is tightening its budget, your useless job has to go bye-bye.
Us having to cut back.
Just got back from a hot girl walk, which was about...
You're not a hot girl.
3.5 miles. So, walked around.
You're about 50 pounds overweight. You're ugly. Your nose ring sucks. Your hair sucks. Yeah, work on yourself.
Downtown Minneapolis.
108,000 black women have lost their jobs or been terminated within the
Love to know where you got that stat from. But most of those jobs are probably fucking useless and don't need to exist.
last few months. I'm a part of that group.
Let me play a sad song on the world's smallest violin, bitch.
Meanwhile, other public HBCUs are under attack for funding. Look at A&T, Tennessee State, and privately held HBCUs.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Put your tears in a jar. Let me drink the lush.
HBCUs are black women and black men are fleeing the country in droves and going to...
No, they're not. Like, one black bitch went to the Congo after Trump got elected, and she desperately wants to come back to the United States because a basic thing, like a hot shower, is inaccessible there.
to other countries like Thailand and China.
Bitch, if you think America is racist towards black people, actually go to Japan, Thailand, or China. You'll see real racism there, then.
And even back to Africa.
By May 8, 2025, 106,000 Black women lost their jobs, including me. And those of us that's been out here trying to
I
find work
don't
again,
care. I don't give a shit. Get a useful skill, you stupid black cunt.
basically just been non-existent. And I'm starting to feel like this is by design. Because they're...
Yes, you're right. My ultimate assault on feminism was destroying the black woman by eliminating their useless jobs.
Who has applied for over 300 plus jobs. And
what jobs are you applying for? Seriously, what jobs are you applying for? Because depending on your ability to work, I can get you a job this afternoon. Or, well, actually this evening.
And just not getting it, not getting any replies. There's just no feedback.
Yeah, because you want complete bullshit jobs.
Back. Or you get the emails that says, hey, we have chosen someone else that is...
You want a social media manager job. That's basically scrolling Facebook and TikTok and YouTube all goddamn day.
Been more qualified for the job, even though my experience and my education fits the job description.
Yeah, your degree is worthless, sweetheart.
Perfectly. This is the first...
Well, there's always OnlyFans.
You know, I came from nothing. I came from the
Did you, Kizzy?
bottom of the barrel. I am facing homelessness. I'm about to lose my car.
I don't care, you dumb black cunt. I don't give a shit if you sleep in the mud. God for fucking bid. You got another fucking job. It might be labor intensive. It might be what you consider beneath you. But it'd pay the goddamn bills. How is it any more difficult to be a black woman than it is for me to be a white man? I actively have human resources departments not wanting to hire me because I'm a white man. They'll hire your bitch black ass.
To be a black woman who is not smiley. When I saw this...
Jeez. Are you shocked you got let go because you're a complete cunt? Maybe smile a little bit. Won't have these problems. Alright. That's the end of the stream. Good night, everybody.
No, go on. Let someone know. I've hogged
Oh, fine. I'll admit Fiera. God damn it. Alright, Owen, sign off.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you, Owen?
I'm very well, thanks. It's been ages. When was the last time we even spoke?
Oh gosh, it's been months. Not
Owen, I told you to piss off.
Oh, better dash. Right, you take care. Have a nice time.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
What, did I catch you out of the fucking shower or something? I'm gonna say yes. Oh, God. How long do I give her?
Did you want me to come back?
Well, yeah, I mean, I just asked that as a matter of course. Did I catch you out of the shower or not?
I don't like that question, Dave.
I was just going with how you were dressed, sweetheart.
Okay. I have questions, but I don't think we're going to get through all of them because you're tired.
Go for it.
Who's your main antagonist?
You mean on YouTube, in life, in video games, in...
Well, certainly not video games. We can go with YouTube or life. I mean, I assume that it would be the same person since you are awfully immersed in your YouTube persona.
Oh, hell no.
You
my
have a
main
different-
my main antagonist right now is my current idiot fucking jackass of a boss.
What about your YouTube enemy?
I don't have one. I don't think anyone that disagrees with me is worthy of that title.
Well, I was just asking because you told me that I was not your main antagonist, so now I just need to know who is your main antagonist. Not that I was trying to take the title, but there must have been someone in mind.
Well, if you're feeling... I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
Go ahead. Next question.
You recently switched from drinking Coors Light to Bud. Why is that?
One day I walk into my little shop. They're out of Bud. I go to Coors Light. The next day they have Bud. I buy Bud. That's it.
So you have to buy your alcohol daily?
No, but they have this one day. They have this the other day. Doesn't matter.
I see. Well, you tend to be consistent with the type that you drink, so the change is notable. You promised Iron Gullet that you would make a cooking video to see which one of you was better, and I'm pretty sure you were supposed to be cooking like a ribeye. When were you going to do that? Because he's posted his.
Cooking videos on which one is better is almost pointless. I'll probably cook a ribeye at some point, but cooking video betters are pointless, and I learned this a long time ago, probably when Iron Gullet was in kindergarten. Because his fans will say his steak's better. My fans will say my steak's better. There's no way to prove it because we're not both here. And we're not in a place like the Only Whore's Kitchen where we can cook a steak and then have somebody blindly taste it.
Would you only whores it up with Iron Gullet?
Would I what? Only whores it up? Well, I'm not going to have sex with him. He's a dude.
I meant the cooking show.
Oh, would I only only whores it up and then only booze it up? Sure. Shit. Why not?
Yeah. Good. I'm glad that you're willing to drink with Iron Gullet because he's certainly on there of the antagonist list. I know he gets under your skin sometimes.
Not as much as you think.
Huh. At all, surely. And that is a tough thing to do.
All right, so lady whose towel is starting to fail. Anything else?
What are your thoughts on Caleb Hammer?
Who the fuck is Caleb Hammer?
You probably would like it.
Oh, the guy that does the I just think he's
Hammer Daddy?
somebody that I just think he's somebody that delivers the honest truth.
I think one time you said something about his testosterone levels being super high or something. Him being like an alpha.
Well, considering he's one of the few males that'll scream at females, yeah, I'd put him in that category.
You do love men that scream, huh?
Yes, I do, sweetheart.
So, sweetheart, you have new pants.
Mm-hmm.
What are they, Lilo and Stitch?
No, just Stitch.
Just Stitch. What made you go with Stitch?
They were in my size.
Ah, are they a nice, soft, cozy material? They look
Actually,
fuzzy.
yes, they are. And the other thing is, I actually do like Lilo and Stitch, the movie. The
How do you feel
cartoon.
about the new one?
The new one I haven't watched. The
Do you know anything
the
about it?
live action remake I haven't watched. I don't know anything about it. But I like the original cartoon. A lot of fun memories watching that with my niece, the
Well,
oldest. Do
speaking
you have
of-
anything else? Do you have anything else before we wrap this up?
I do have some more questions. Are you in a rush to get out of here?
Well, I'm just curious how far this towel's gonna fall. Go ahead. I'll give you a
Okay.
couple.
Your suggested YouTube shorts are a lot of children, Dave. Why is that?
Don't know. Actually, that I don't know.
It's a lot of like teenies, like very small babies.
That
Yeah,
I
babies on
that
brain.
I scroll through YouTube Shorts. That I don't have a damn clue on.
Interesting. Okay. So can consent be withdrawn?
Of course. To a point.
Is there a point in which you no longer think consent can be withdrawn during sex?
Well, okay, let's start going back to. You know what? I'm going to reverse this on you. When do you think consent can be withdrawn? Guy just busts his nut. Can consent be withdrawn?
I mean, if there's more involved, yeah. Like if you're trying to say make her swallow, she still has the ability to say no. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Let me. You're right. Let me preposition this with penis and vagina sex. Okay. Guy busts a nut. Does she have the right to withdraw?
Are you asking me whether or not she has the ability to post say that was rape now that we're done with it and I was okay with it the entire time?
Basically, yes. Post sex, does she have the right to say that was rape?
Yeah.
How?
Because
Because she was completely
sometimes-
fine with it the entire time.
So let's say in the case of a woman who is really, really, really drunk, and then she ends up.
What if
having
the
sex with
man
someone-
was really, really, really drunk, sweetheart?
Yeah, the same problem can be there. We got.
Oh, so they mutually raped each other? How does that work?
So they're both really intoxicated.
Okay,
and they
yeah.
both
Let's
feel
have a
violated.
woman drunk, a man drunk. They have sex. The man can still be on the hook for child support.
I'm sorry. Did we just jump subject so hard that I got whiplash? Can you say that again?
Woman gets drunk. Man gets
Woman
drunk.
is drunk. Man is drunk.
They have sex.
Fucking.
Woman
the dude.
gets pregnant, gives birth. Man's baby. The man is now going to be supported, or you know, did they first question, did they mutually rape one another? The answer is no.
I mean, maybe. Depends on what happened. I could rape a man There's ways I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, and by the way, I would still be on the hanger for child support if you did. As a
and
man.
you could still be responsible for that child on a regular basis, financially and emotionally. So it's not like he's the only one on the hook for it. She's equally
No,
also on the hook for
no,
it.
he's the only one.
She has
Because
she hasn't lost anything.
because it's a percentage of his income at the time.
Yeah, and
This is why NBA players are traveling around with bottles of vinegar.
It doesn't matter. If I have a child, I have to pay for that child on a regular basis. A portion of my income is going to go to taking care of that child.
Yeah, and if you have it as a single mom and you choose to have it as a single mom, then guess what? It's all on you.
I think you just want men to not have to be responsible for their children.
No, I want men to step up and be dads. But considering women are responsible for 80% of the fucking divorces, you have a huge problem.
Yeah. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a one-night stand where a couple of people are super duper drunk. Both people.
Okay,
are
and let's say no
But they
child
both
is produced, and
include-
let's say no child is produced from that.
Yeah.
Are they both guilty of rape or what? Because you want to say that a super drunk chick that got fucked by some sober dude is a rape victim.
I was.
So you were super duper fucked, or see you were super duper drunk, and some man took advantage of you.
Yeah.
Well, then I am sorry, and he should be punished accordingly. But at that same point, I am not going to throw every single friggin' fucking male that may or may not have been drunk, that may or may not have misinterpreted your call-outs and command as rapists. I'm sorry. But if you get drunk, you make stupid decisions. Lord knows I should be an expert on it.
Oh. Was that an accidental admission of rape?
No.
Well, you've already done that with me, so it's not like you need to be
Okay,
shy
were
about
you constantly shouting no, 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 or I'm not trying to victim blame. You know what? Fuck it. I'm sorry. I'm done with this. I am gonna try to victim blame.
Okay. You would like to victim blame in this situation.
When
Should I
did you
explain
actually
to
go
you in
to
great
the-
detail
when-
what
when-
actually
when-
happened?
No. When did you actually go to the police?
I didn't end up going to the police.
Oh! Then your entire
But-
argument is mute.
So the reason why we brought this scenario up in the first place is because we were talking about consent being like one of the things that was kind of at the time, and then later on you go, oh shit, I think I was actually assaulted because I wasn't able to give consent in that situation. This is one of those. I didn't realize that I was assaulted until a few weeks later when I was like, oh
so
my
you
god.
were passed out at the time.
I was blackout drunk, but I wasn't unconscious.
Well, unfortunately, we send people to prison for actions that they did while they were blackout drunk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're responsible for your own actions. I'm sorry if that's mean. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Just trying to
But that's
understand
just the
your
way it
perspective.
is. Just as I'll give you something else. I got damn lucky. You know what I'm not going to say because I don't know if the statute of limitations has expired. It probably has, but
Are you talking about that 120 seconds?
what 120 seconds?
Oh, you and I were having an interesting conversation about kink and stuff around Christmas time. And you told me that you were in a scene with a girl and then she revoked consent, but you kept going for an extra 120 seconds and that you regret that because you shouldn't have done it.
One, I don't know if I ever said that.
What was the hardest lesson that you've ever learned in doming?
Not to respect the first time a safe word is said.
That was a hard lesson to learn?
Yeah, because when she said it, I disregarded it, but the scenario we were in, it was a situation where I should have been immediate, okay, kill, done, done, get her the fuck out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I ignored it for 120 seconds too long.
Mm-hmm. That 120 seconds feels like a really long time when you are the bottom.
Well, like I said, you asked me my biggest regret. 2, I've never filmed a scene with any girl.
No, you weren't filming a scene. You were doing a scene, like a sex scene, like performing kink. Doing something.
I'm not an actor.
That's. I'm not trying to say that you were acting. I'm just saying you were having sex, but kinky sex. Like, I don't know.
I've never done a scene in the bedroom.
You've never done kinky sex before?
Yeah, I've done kinky shit before, but never in a scene.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just a term meaning a sexual encounter that involves kink. I got lost in the nomenclature there.
And I apparently kept doing this for 120 seconds.
Yeah, after she had said no. This was what you had confessed to me when I asked you about your biggest regrets in sex.
Well, gee willikers. I must have been... You know what? I don't want to call you a liar. But I don't have another polite way to put that.
You just don't think that you said this? I mean, I can provide you with the video, if that helps.
Okay, then fine. I was drunk out of my mind and I don't remember what I said.
Okay, I mean...
But I can tell you it's not true. If it was, I'd be in jail.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It was an interesting thing to have you confess to me because it did mean that you had raped somebody for 120 seconds. Because...
Well, don't mean that. She might have been fine. She might have been fine with it at the end.
Mm-hmm. Well, still
it's kind of like the Harvey Weinstein conundrum.
You like to bring this one up whenever we're talking about consent.
Huh?
You like to bring this one up when we talk about consent.
Well, I mean, some big rich powerful guy says, "Suck my dick," and I'll give you a job that makes you $1 million a year for 10 years.
It's also
I'll probably let him. I'll probably let him explode on my face.
Thank you for the clip. But he's also going to be benefiting from her work. He's basically saying, "I'll let you make me money if you suck my dick first." But the implication is that she won't get the job if she doesn't.
No, because he's casting her in a movie he doesn't know how well it will or will not do. I really hate to do this, but I have to go for one more bathroom break. And maybe you can get on a proper robe. I'll be right back. Actually, I just realized something. Why? I'm the Lord of Patriarchy. Why the hell am I asking women to wear more clothing?
Yeah, it's a good question. Why would you want me to get dressed first? Well, you could have just stuck with the drapery situation. Well, I hope this works for the Lord of Patriarchy. I just threw it on. Dave, can you live without men?
Can I?
Yeah.
No.
Good.
I
I'm
need
glad
other
you-
men.
You need other men.
But I am not. But I am not completely dependent on it as ladies are.
That's because you're part of the man group.
I would say that if 50% of the men were gone tomorrow, we'd have a rough time of it. But we could pull through.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And there will be pulling through with the assistance of women, I imagine.
Probably not.
In a scenario that you and I had talked about before, where like all of the women go on strike, you had still placed all of those women at home taking care of the children so the men didn't have to. That's still women doing work so men don't have to do it. But if we disappear, then the men have to take care of all of the children as well. Do you think that'll impact anything?
Well, considering that single dad households have the exact same outcomes usually, statistically, as dual parent households, yeah, I think they'll be just fine.
Okay.
Single mom households are the ones that have very bad outcomes for society.
What kind of bad outcomes, Dave?
More criminality, for one.
So single moms raise criminals.
Statistically speaking, yes.
Why do you think children could be driven to crime?
Well, usually it's because they don't have a patriarch, a dad, or a strong male to keep them in check. Because by 13, your average male can overpower their mom.
And you think that that automatically makes men want to crime? Are men driven to crime?
Generally,
Masculine?
what I'm saying is, without some sort of stronger male to keep them in check, yes, they will go to crime and criminality because they get an overinflated ego.
So children are driven to crime.
Nope.
Not something that I particularly thought about children, but you know
No,
what?
never
They're
said
all-
that.
That's what it sounds
And you
like.
yourself have said you have a husband, do you not?
I do.
Okay, so your children have a masculine figure in the house.
They do.
Do you let him discipline them?
Yeah. He doesn't spank them or anything. I had to teach him how to discipline because I was an experienced parent and he was not. But we got there and he disciplines them just fine.
Look, at some point, every kid needs to be hit.
Hard disagree.
Well, hard disagree with you.
Well, one of us raises children and the other one of us doesn't.
You're right, I don't. I also think it should be mandatory that every single fucking kid out of high school should have at least one boxing match.
And that will teach every
With
single
a
child
with a teacher of their choice. A more
what lesson
powerful
is
opponent.
that? Why are we doing this? What is the lesson?
Because to teach you, you need to know how to fight off a more powerful opponent.
So people can fight off opponents that are bigger than them?
You need, well, or maybe it's just take an ass whooping.
Why'd you bail on the first lesson? It's not necessarily a bad lesson. I just wanted
Well,
clarification.
no, I think they should. One, they need to know how to hit authority figures. They need to know how to fight back against authority, but also know how to strategically fight against authority. And you're only going to get that. You know, one of the things that people have always said to me is I'm like 5'7", and people are like, why do you have no problem stepping up to some guy who's like 6'4"? It's like, because when I was 13, I was in Taekwondo and getting the crap beat out of me by full-grown men. Because I was the only 13-year-old in the class. All the other kids were 8 and under, so I couldn't fight them. So they threw me to the wolves. Well, that hardens you. And it's like, well, I took the worst they did, and I still didn't back down. What the fuck are you gonna do to me, bitchy?
So, smaller people can fight off larger opponents? Is that a yes?
Eventually, at some point, I would probably fight off a decent chunk of them because I knew how to fight. But I wasn't a woman. Genetics play a role in your guys' roll of the dice.
So smaller men can fight off larger opponents, but every single woman.
Oh, no. If you put Floyd Mayweather in against Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather's getting killed.
Would you humor me one more question?
All right, one more.
Do you think you're going to have an empty funeral?
I'm not going to have a funeral.
No funeral for you?
No, I literally have in my will. I want no funeral, no service, no memorial, no nothing.
Then what will happen to your body?
I have literally specified in my will I want to be in a plastic bag and dumped on the way home.
Leave them to the wolves.
No, I mean my ashes dumped out of the car on the way home.
You would like to be cremated and dumped promptly on some random street.
Pretty much. Because I came into the world with nothing, I want to leave it with nothing.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Have fun making dinner.
I'm not going to do that tonight. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.